Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. And it's a TGIF, so we're going to make it a great weekend. And everyone that's in Florida or going up the coast, we're going to stay safe. It's going to be a tricky storm, folks, no doubt, coming at us. Cultivate wisdom. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 34, NASDAQ down 30, S&P's down 3. Gold contract up $1.40, trading at $13.5170. Silver down 3 cents, $18.08 an ounce. Platinum down $8, $1,009 an ounce. Copper down 10 pennies, trading out at $3.04 a pound. Light sweet crude off $1.57, $47.52 a barrel. Bonds, 10-year note flat, 127.16. 30-year bond down 157.11. King dollar down 372 ticks, trading at 91.270. The euro is at 120 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 107.75 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. What do you have? Okay, so you're at 246.71. Bottom line, what you've had all week out here, market doesn't want to go up, market doesn't want to go down. If we actually look at this just on a daily basis first, what the market tried to do here is try to get into the high from yesterday. Couldn't do it. Dramatically lighter volume, and that's saying that setup is saying, okay, wants to get down to 241. We're at 246. Now, check this out, folks, because this is going to be really intriguing how this whole thing plays out. That is the S&Ps, right? I'm gonna go to the bonds next. So, the 10-year note got to a price point today of 128.03. Had volume of 1.2 million contracts. So you got a slight contraction of volume. You know, 2 days, Tuesday we did 1.7 million, yesterday 1.5, did 1.8. My suspicion here is that we're going to pull back on the 10-year to 126.24. And the 10-year today, okay, higher price means lower yield. We got to 2.03. Now, let's go to the 30-year. We take a look at the 30-year. 30-year bond got to a price point today of 158.09. We are at 157.11. We did contract volume of 226,000. That also slightly lighter. Yesterday we did 285. If we take a look at the continuous contract and we bring the continuous contract up, what you're looking at is that we got to 159.16. And I do think that a longer-term basis, yeah, we want to go to 164, but I suspect what we're doing right now is that we're going to get a little pullback. And where am I going with that? Okay, so we're going to go into the gold contract. So what did gold do out here? Gold got to a price point out here today of 1362. Nice volume, no doubt. 368,000 contracts. Great contract volume. Gold's going after the 377.50. So at this particular point, you were $15 underneath it. It's pulled back under the highs of yesterday, which is 13.55. That's telling me that what you're going to have here is that we are going to get a pullback in the gold market somewhere on about the 13.20 to 13.10 area. Okay. Now we were just there this week. That's a decent pullback, and what that's going to be all about, folks, is that the dollar will actually get a bounce. Now it certainly hasn't. Okay. There's no doubt about that. The last time the dollar bounced, it tried to bounce. Well, I can't. Yeah, the low that was here, let's go through this. So the low that was established last week, you know, that was a decent, you know, if you get into council charting, that was a decent candle at that particular point. But the volume was too high as far as I was concerned. Okay, so what ended up happening is that was 51,000 down below. It bounced for 2 days, came barreling right back down there, and then tested that with 58,000. Now, what we have out here today is this. You finished your ABC structure on the way down. The one-to-one, and this has done a lot of ABC on the ways down. This just happened to finish this one. The one-to-one structure was 91.019. We did contract in volume, and this is the first time that we got to a low and contracted on volume. So when I put that together with how gold went up dramatically, how the bonds went up dramatically, that's telling me that this market, meaning the gold market wants to pull back a bit, the bond market wants to pull back a bit, the dollar index wants to go up. And in all those contexts, I expect that the dollar's only a dead cat bounce. We're going to be back down to 88. The gold and bond market, they're going to pull back with lighter volume, and they both want higher price. So it's going to be pretty cool watching this shake out. Now, what is intriguing, if you just heard my update, this one here is blowing my mind. I mean, we all know, we all love markets. I always liked markets proving themselves. I find it always fascinating, you know, do they prove themselves or don't they? So if we look at travelers, you know, we're broadcasting, of course, out of Clearwater, Florida, beautiful place. Bottom line, this Irma that's coming in, it's wobbling back and forth between the middle of the state. That's what it's doing, folks. 1 second, it looks like it's going to hit Miami directly. Next second, it looks like it's going to basically get into the Everglades. And so just to give you an idea of the state's a huge state, by the way, but if you listen to the news, it looks this and it can hit the whole state and all that. Well, guess what? It can, but not with a hurricane force. Because just from Tampa to Miami is 280 miles, folks. Okay, so when you're hitting the dirt, the bottom line is where you're going to hit the dirt. Now, the insurance companies here, they're going up so dramatically, it's like saying that, this is interesting, so there's money betting that the bottom line is that this is not going to be as destructive into this Miami area as basically the PR is at this point. Stay right there. We're coming right back.
If you're an active trader, look.